Hey yo, it's your boy BCole and ARice coming to you with another episode where we discuss football, basketball, and everyday life. Let's go ahead and get this thing popping.
Hello.
Yo, what's up?
Oh, chilling, man, chilling.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy BCole and ARice Everyday Talk with our first podcast. We're gonna go on and get it started. ARice, I'm gonna play a little round robin with you. I got some topics that I came up with over the course of the our first talk about creating this podcast. So you ready, my boy?
Hey, let's hear it, man. Let's go.
All right, let's get it. So my first question is, and my thought process of this question was coming off of watching March Madness, and I was thinking in comparison to college football. So my question is, are there better basketball players than there are football players at the collegiate level?
Well, in my opinion, bro, like you kind of comparing apples and oranges. The thing about basketball to me is like, honestly, you need 5 good players. You know what I mean?
Right.
I feel like in football, like you're gonna see like the dominant teams gonna win more often because I mean, again, you talking about 22 players for the most part better than the other team's 22 players by a large margin.
Right.
Basketball, man, like you can have like 5 average players that can beat 5 great players. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's just their day or not the other team's day.
Right.
You know, I remember in Buffalo, that first game, I can't remember who they upset. They were like a 13 seed, but shoot, they hit about like 15 threes. You know what I'm saying? Like anybody can lose if the other team hit 15 threes.
Right.
So, yeah.
And you know what? I wholeheartedly agree with you, but I'm just saying, like, when you look at basketball as a whole versus the game of football as a whole, the margin of greatness versus average is very, very minute when you're talking about basketball. Being so that you're talking about a basketball team such as Buffalo and such as the Loyola Chicago team that nobody ever heard of really, but they were going up against these powerhouses and I mean pretty much manhandling them, truth be told. But on the flip side of college, these dominant teams and they dominate no matter who they're going against. And I see what you're saying about the numbers, you know, it's 5 versus 11, but still, it's still even matchup when you're talking about basketball and football. It's 5-on-5 and it's 11-on-11. So, you know, it for me, I kind of look at it as like from the standpoint of college sports, it seems like the competition level overall as a whole is a lot better in basketball than it is at football.
I can agree with that. And I'm gonna throw one more little nugget at you too when it comes to basketball.
Okay.
The thing, because right now we talking about powerhouse teams and all, but right. I think more so we talking about powerhouse programs. Because think about it, teams like Duke, Kentucky, you know, them teams that's 5 freshmen out there, man. You know what I mean? Talking about against Loyola, who got like 5 seniors. So at the same time, I mean, we can say like the potential, the sky or whatever for them freshmen, it's going to be a lot higher. That's why they already like going to the NBA after 1 year compared to, you know, depending on how much you think chemistry is a real thing in basketball and all that. You know what I mean? You're talking about teams that have been playing together for 3-4 years. And, you know, usually when you see those Cinderella teams, those are teams that's like full of juniors and seniors. Mm-hmm. You know, so, I mean, you really know the game opposed to a freshman that they've always been, you know, you talking about a freshman at Kentucky, they've always been the best player on their team. Right. From AAU to high school and, you know what I'm saying, now they in at the D1 college, a high-profile college. Right. So I think that makes the difference, too, when we talking about these upsets. I mean, when you got decent teams that are like, you know, you stand together, you know, you got good coaching, you stand together, you know how to work the system.
Basically good chemistry.
Pretty much. Yep. Yeah, man. And again, I mean, it's one of them things that you can't really measure. You know what I mean? But I do think it's one of those things that really goes into the equation when we talking about Cinderella teams in basketball.
But okay. Well, like you just said, throughout history, we've had teams full of 3 to 5 freshmen, right? So they don't have that bond, they don't have that chemistry built. Correct? That's what you're saying, right?
Correct.
Okay. But on the flip side, in football, you have to stay in school. What is it? At least 2 to 3 years.
Yeah, I think out of high school, like 3 years at least.
3 years. So that means that bond and that chemistry should have built up across pretty much every team in the NCAA.
No, I agree. But in football, with it being a lot more physical of a sport, I mean, like we talk about all the time, man. I mean, don't put me up against no 6'4", 300-pound man. Cause what I'm gonna do against that?
Sure.
And that's the difference we get when we talk about like those different level of programs in football.
Okay. I feel. But I guess my argument is that competition throughout, no matter at what level, D1, D3 in basketball, is a lot better versus football. Like, how UGA might throw Georgia State or Georgia Southern on their schedule. We already know pretty much. Generally, we already know what outcome gonna be. You know what I mean?
I agree.
But of basketball, you throw a D3 school up against a D1, it might not be as surprising to get an upset.
Now, I definitely agree with you. I agree 100.
Right. So are we in agreement that the level, the talent in basketball is greater than it is in football?
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, and I agree with that.
Okay. All right. So as y'all know, everyday talk about everything. All right. So this my haymaker right here, ARice.
You about to throw a left hook, huh?
I'm about to bring this all the way back, Mike Tyson style, for you.
Okay.
Is Tyrese, your boy Tyrese Gibson, the Black Rose, Mr. Jody, baby boy himself, is my boy career done? Is it a wrap? Can he hang it up?
Why you say that? Tell me why you say that. Let the folks know.
Okay, well, as we know, and as he has put it out there, he's been going through this legal issue with his ex-wife, trying to get custody of his daughter. Not only that, it seems like he's been having a lot of episodes with The Rock. With The Rock, The Rock being a late bloomer or late comer with the whole Fast and the Furious series. And it seems as if, Tyrese been on what is like 8 or 9 of the Fast and Furious 9. Tyrese been on every one of them. So the people tired of him. We like the people's champ. You know what I mean? Like, The Rock is the dude.
Yes, sir.
So with The Rock playing a bigger role, he gonna command more money, and I think he eating out of Tyrese's plate, and Tyrese ain't liking that. So he like threw an ultimatum at the producers and the directors. I think this was about 6-7 months ago, back in 2017, when the issue came about. But for him to kind of attack The Rock, and also at the same time for him to be going through this legal battle with custody over his daughter, my opinion is my boy done. Like, he had a long good run, but it's over with, man. You can't come.
Yeah, man. I mean, when you look back, years from now, and you talk about Tyrese. I mean, he had a good, pretty good music career. He got into acting, did his thing, but at a point in time, even Michael Jordan had to hang them shoes up.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right. Like, you can think you as good as you want to be, but you can't compete with the people's champ, man. You don't said it. And when we looking at movies right now, like, who's one of the hottest people out there that's in almost everything? The Rock. Feel me?
The Rock.
Like, like you know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't going out there trying to make competition with somebody that's out there everywhere.
Right.
I mean, him, Kevin Hart, you always gonna have your high A++, actors out there. But like, them jokers coming up, man, and like you said, man, like Tyrese's I mean, he's kind of played out, man. Like, he plays these hard roles, but then he go on Facebook Live talking about, trying to get women advice to black women. Then he going out there and getting them white women. Bruh, I mean, you know what I'm saying? The culture kind of, got a little thing against him right now, man.
Yeah, I mean, that's real. That's real. Like, you can't be out here at the rallies and telling black people, whoop-de-whoop, lottie this, and then you doing that. Like, come on, bro. Like, what race was your wife? Like, I'm not racist or nothing, but come on, man.
Yeah, I mean, saying to each their own, but I mean, I hear the birds chirping out there, man. They just feel like he being hypocritical in what he's saying.
Exactly.
Exactly. So, I mean, people noticing. Social media move fast, man. So, I mean, once it happened, it ain't like it was when he first, got some fame. Well, right. But nobody know about it unless there's a camera in front of you. Because nowadays, there's always a camera.
Exactly. And bro, to hone in on that, to piggyback off of that, he exposed himself with his own camera. I mean, like, I know you've seen the video of him. What do you want from me? Like, man, are you acting right now? Come on, man. Come on, man.
Hey, man. Hey, and that's why we saying his career is done right there, man. I mean, it's cool. He's cool.
He desperate, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like let's take it back. Let's take it back to the courts real quick. He throwing a Hail Mary or he's shooting the half court shot. And I mean, come on, dog. It's done.
Man. I mean, you hoping for something, but chances are, you know what I mean, it ain't going in. So, I mean, and I'm one of them people, man. Again, he's had a good career. Like, I can't hate on the dude for what he's accomplished. You know what I'm saying, in my lifetime or whatever. But at the same time, man, like, when you get to that end, you got to know when to call it quits, man. I mean, don't let yourself be rock bottom, and then that's what people gonna remember you for.
Exactly, man. And man, I'm sorry, man. I can only speak from an everyday average Joe point of view when it comes to as far as the financial aspect go. But I mean, I don't know if you knew, but Will Smith and Jada Pinkett would donate money, like they loan him some money. Like, man, I'm sorry, man. You've been acting.
Oh, nah, I ain't know that.
Yes,
nah, bro.
You've been acting for over 20 years. You was been a part of by far one of the
most successful movie series.
Not TV series, but movie series, man.
Movie franchises of all time, man.
And somebody got to loan you money. You think I feel sorry for you, man? Nah.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all. And that's just the acting. That's not even talking about the music that he don't put out. So the money he already had from that, not to mention whatever little change he probably get from just doing, getting all the likes and the followers on social media, because they be getting a little payout from that.
And he was like a spokesperson for Coca-Cola or Pepsi at one point.
Yeah. See, he done did, and again we talking about movies, but we need to throw in the Transformers, man.
Oh man, see, man, like,
the man in movie got baby boy. You know what I'm saying? The dude ain't got no excuse for it, man. So I can't feel sorry for him. You know what I mean? Not when people out here really trying to make it, struggling. You know what I'm saying? Just by trying to do everything right. And again, I don't know why he at that situation why he got to borrow money and stuff. But again, like, I can't feel sorry for you. I got so many more people I prefer to feel sorry for if I'm gonna feel sorry for somebody.
Exactly. All right, so man,
real talk, baby.
All right, so let's move on to my next topic. I got a total of 5. We on number 3 right now, going into number 3. As we know, I think it was ESPN recently, or it was ESPN or somebody recently did a special about Aaron Hernandez, the former Patriot player who so-called committed suicide.
Oh, I see where this is going, baby.
No. I ain't gonna touch on that because I mean it was a touchy subject. My question is, had Aaron Hernandez been clean, would we still be considering Rob Gronkowski probably the greatest tight end? Or would he have just been another tight end on the Patriots? Would he not have even been the best tight end on the Patriots had or Aaron Hernandez stayed That's a tough one.
That's a real tough one, man. I mean, let me start off by saying this first for the Patriots, man. I mean, you know, me being a true dirty bird, man. You know what I'm saying, from the jump.
Yes, sir.
I can't stand the Patriots, man. Like,
of course.
You know what I'm saying? In the most recent defeat that we had, not the most recent, but you know, the Super Bowl couple years back, man. I mean, really hurt my soul, man. Really hurt my soul.
Of course.
But
feeling is mutual.
Them Patriots, man, them Patriots will find a way. Whatever you give them, they're gonna make it work. I mean, I don't know what it is. Is that Bill Belichick factor or whatever, or the combo with Tom Brady? But they make anything work, man. Like, they really are trendsetters in the NFL.
Sure.
With that being said, they came out with them 2 tight ends, and now the tight end is the thing to do now. You know what I'm saying? To get your tight end real involved.
Right.
But to answer your question, we wouldn't be talking about Gronkowski.
Hey, there you go. My boy.
Hey, it's Aaron Hernandez, bro. Aaron Hernandez was running the field, lining up at fullback, tight end, wide out. It didn't matter, man.
Exactly.
I mean, both of them big bodies, but I mean, I got to give that edge to Hernandez on that one. Gronk, he a beast now because you don't have another beast on the team. You know what I mean? You got Gronkowski and you got a bunch of 5'9" receivers out there. You know, yeah, Hernandez was that deal on the field, man. I mean, whatever, you know what I'm saying, just keeping it straight on the field, man. The dude couldn't be touched, in my opinion.
I agree. And you know, I after watching the video, the documentary, I went back and watched a couple of his highlights dating all the way back to his days with the Gators. Man, bro was a hybrid. Like, the only reason he was at tight end is because I think the NFL has become a smaller, you know, because I mean, if you go back in the day, I think Hernandez probably would have been a receiver. Like, he had that body similar to, in my opinion, to a Michael Irvin.
Yeah.
But, you know, I think he had the speed of a Randy Moss, though, with the agility of a running back. He was a hybrid. Like, he was a true hybrid. And like
he was.
Right. And like you said, Hernandez, he fit the tight end mold. He's a prototypical tight end. He's big. And I'm gonna take let me stop on Rob Gronkowski. If we were talking about when we were growing up, Rob Gronkowski would not be the dude he is now. And I say that because he was just another big tight end.
Yeah,
you know, that was how the position was molded. Big tight end. And even a step further, why I say Gronkowski, why I agree with you and say Hernandez is better than Gronk, is because if we were still talking about 20 years ago, Gronkowski would not have had the ability to be making those catches. And to elaborate on it, is they could really hit back in the day. So while Gronk looks for contact now because he's playing against these smaller guys, nah, not back in the day.
Yeah,
he would have been tired a couple of years ago, bro.
Yeah, man, way different ball game. But you know, as we talking about, you know, Hernandez being like that typical what you want in the tight end, like you said, it wasn't like that back then. I'm not gonna say the Patriots were the first one to have that type, but I mean, I feel like the way that they kind of played the game, they kind of made that type of tight end popular. Yeah. You know, you think about it, back in the day, a tight end was like a little bit smaller offensive lineman. You know what I mean? Just another guy to be out there blocking.
Yeah, like
now it ain't like that.
Algie Crumpler, he was a huge tight end, man.
Yeah. Yeah, like you get those little short catches, you know what I'm saying? Definitely get some goal line work, have it, especially on the bootleg, you know what I mean? Right. The guy that can leak out, have soft hands on the bootleg. Right. But now, man, we want somebody that we can put out there, because you know the defense is putting their packages out there based on the offensive package. Right. The thing about the Patriots back when they had Hernandez out there, you didn't know what the Patriots would come out in. They'll line up in the I formation, one play, no huddle, they 5 wide receivers. And you ain't lacking on nothing. Like, right. You know what I mean? How do you defend that? You got a linebacker out there trying to guard this pretty much a big, huge wide receiver. Yeah. You can't stop that, man. And again, because of that, that's what we're looking for in tight ends now. We're looking for somebody that's 6'5", 6'6", agile, good hands, fast. That's what a tight end is now. If you a blocking tight end, bro, you might as well be an offensive lineman or a fullback. It ain't no such thing. It ain't no blocking tight end.
AKA Levine Toilolo, who they played at center or tackle some games.
Yep. Yep. Exactly like that. You play tight end when the first 2 tight ends is hurt, or you going into a 3 tight end package. You know what I mean? Right. He that's the tight end that when you on defense, you say you don't even worry about him. You go and you start looking at Julio Jones after the snap because your guy ain't catching the ball. And if you do catch it, the coach can't get mad at you, bro, because that's Toy Lolo. Why am I going to guard Toy Lolo?
Exactly.
You feel
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you another question. This just popped into my head. Have we seen another tight end in the past or in the present like Aaron Hernandez?
Oh, who?
And I want you to remember, like you say, the catching, the route running, the agility, and that's the thing that I think really separate him from everybody else, because he had that quick twitch movement.
Yeah. Off top of my head, I can't really think of one. And again, Hernandez was lining up routinely, like in the backfield. He'll line up everywhere. So off the top of my head, the combination of speed, agility, hands, I can't remember it. Another one that was up to that level like him.
I can't either, man. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess what we trying to say is I think we may have witnessed greatness. Typically like Pop and Big, greatness doesn't stick around that much. Typically, it doesn't like that. It doesn't stay around for that long.
The only tough part about saying that to me is because it didn't stick around. We don't know how long it really would have lasted. Like we always talk about like the phenoms that come in. I mean, anybody, rookie quarterbacks, for instance,
right?
Anybody can be a highlight good rookie quarterback because nobody's ready for it. But can you do it consistently? I mean, players that can play at that same or close to level consistently. I mean, yeah, those should be the Hall of Famers, not somebody that had like, oh, you had one great year, but then everything after that, you know what I mean? Say, let's look at Chris Johnson, running back. Right. You know what I mean? He had that like breakout year, but then when people figured out how to stop him, it was like, okay, like you really just average, right. If that.
Right.
So that's why I would have been curious of, man. Like, I mean, the Patriots are they've been a great franchise over the last, 10, 15 years, but how great could they have been or would they have been if they would have, still had Hernandez today? It's scary.
Well, with that being said, do you think had Pac and Biggie career lasted longer, would they still be considered the greatest? Would the material they would have been putting out still have been at that level?
I mean, I think so, man. I think with them because they were doing some things at the time that like people weren't doing. And you just never know what a rap hip hop game would be right now if they would have still been able to continue on and develop the art of hip hop.
Right.
Say we probably that's the part about it. Huh?
We probably wouldn't have this mumble rap had they stayed around longer.
No, exactly. And that's the kind of thing like you never know because it's not like we can change what happened with them. But that's the kind of things that makes you think though. Yeah. I mean, with the pace that they was going on and I mean, especially with Tupac, the things he was even doing outside of the rap game, just doing a lot, man. You just never know what kind of road that would have just end up taking us all down, really.
Yeah. I mean, that's real. All right, so you ready for topic number 4?
Hey, I'm ready for it, man.
You ready for topic number 4, ARice?
Hey, let's get it.
All right, here we go. We going into the third.
Shout it low, let's get it. Boy, you about to match my college day, boy.
It's the fourth quarter right now. So, speaking on pass, with this mother, you know what, Tom Brady. That
just caught a little chill, man.
That bitch motherfucker. All right.
Yeah.
With he, let's say back in the 90s, early 2000s. I mean, like, I'm not talking about when the great defensive players started fading out, but in the 2000s, like right at 2000, pre-2000, would Tom Brady be the greatest, the GOAT, had he been playing in that era? When, like I said, when they were really busting heads, when they could really hit the quarterback, when they forget hit the quarterback, when they could just breathe on the quarterback without getting a flag, would he still be the GOAT?
Yep. I mean, I have to say no. I mean, it's so hard to judge, you know, same in all sports when you're talking about different eras, different rule changes. But I mean, again, like you said, right now, Tom Brady is like the most protected quarterback in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? Something happened to him. Oh, like somebody hit his leg. Oh, now you can't sack a quarterback beneath the waist.
Right.
You know, things like that, man. The whole tuck rule, all the stuff that come about because of Tom Brady.
Right.
And of course, you know, it goes into the whole marketing of the quarterback position, blah, 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 whatever, you know, trying to keep that money coming in.
Right.
But nah, back in the day, nah, man, because I don't see Tom Brady as being like a tough, gritty, you know, quarterback that's going to get up after, you know, keep continuously getting knocked down.
Yeah.
I mean, Tom Brady's been fortunate. Like, I mean, he's a smart dude, but he's been fortunate to have a great offensive line, you know, for the most part.
Right. And not to throw it in, but also have usually typically playing with 11 on, how many refs be on the field? 5, 4, 5, 6. You know, it's an unfair number. They playing 11 on 17. Like that's not, that math don't add up.
Yeah. And again, and I think that's what we have now when it comes to these new rules, man, and the whole protecting the quarterback. And I say that in quotations, man, because I mean, what is protecting the quarterback? Because shit, they ain't protecting Cam Newton,
right?
Like they protecting Tom Brady. So I don't know what that means, really. You know, I think if you look like you weigh $150, then you protected. But if you actually trying to be tough and be physical or whatever, then shit. You know, we ain't doing the thing for you. We're gonna keep that flag in my back pocket.
Right.
So yeah, man, they got to work. I mean, they got some things they got to work on, man. But at the end of the day, I mean, we talked about it plenty of times, man. I mean, you know, we live in a world of money, man. I mean, the NFL ain't nothing but another corporation. You know what I'm saying? Like Walmart. You know what I'm saying? They do things to try to get more money.
Yeah.
You know, like Target and Burger King and whoever. Yeah. Like they in it to make money, man. So if they feel like, we need to keep Tom Brady, or, you know, most of the time quarterbacks are the face of the franchise for the most part. Mm-hmm. You know, we got to keep them in the game, you know. So they making up rules to make sure that you can't hurt them or that they can't get hurt, or to limit the way they can get hurt.
Yeah.
Just like I remember when Aaron Rodgers got it. It might have been this year when the old buddy from Minnesota hit him.
Oh yeah.
It was, you know, and he broke his collarbone or whatever happened to him, right? But then they questioned, was that a dirty hit? I was like, huh?
Right.
How? You know what I'm saying? Like, it was nothing that should even been like a controversy, you know what I mean? But they talking about it because you took out one of the best quarterbacks in the league right now.
Right. And like you said, that market in Green Bay is plummeted just because you took out this quarterback. And like that, man.
Exactly. I mean, and when you're talking about the owners, I mean, I don't know how they do all their finances, but, you know, I know they got them pools where, you know, that profit sharing and all that kind of stuff. So me being Arthur Blank, I mean, it still benefits me that Green Bay is getting more money because at the end of the year, you know, we split some of these profits too.
Right.
But like you said, man, like you know, you take out Aaron Rodgers, how many people were uninterested in Green Bay's games at that time?
Pretty much about the whole fan base.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, that what you going there to see greatness by your quarterback, but you ain't had that. You had mediocrity. They couldn't move the ball, couldn't throw the ball. You know what I'm saying? Hundley was mediocre, if even that. You know, so. But Kaepernick was still sitting at home, not doing that.
Oh man, see.
My bad, bro. That slipped out, man. That slipped out. That's my bad.
Man,
that's my bad right there.
Stuff, man. Like, Man, we supposed to live in this country of freedom of speech, right? This ain't did nothing to not a single soul. Actually, excuse me, let me take that back. He has done a lot for people. Because he donated his check. So not only
exactly
out here talking down on women, talking down on other races and stuff, he ain't did none of that stuff. He actually helping folks. And they exiling him from the NFL pretty much. Like, what kind of message send our people?
Exactly, and not to mention, you know what they're doing to the boy Eric Reed right now too. Oh, the safety that was out there in San Fran.
Right.
Because he rolled with Cap and he supported Cap because Cap had a great cause, which we are still seeing today.
Exactly.
You know, even saying a couple weeks back when they had the guy that got shot out in Sacramento. Yeah. So I mean, it's when it kills me when I hear people say, try to talk down on Cap for what he's standing up for. Those are the people that aren't affected or that could possibly never be affected because you're not in that group that will possibly be shot for no reason because you look like a threat.
Exactly.
It's a crazy world we live in, man. And I mean, I keep on waiting for that one owner or that one coach to be like, you know what? Fuck that. You know what I mean? I might have bring this dude in because they gonna say what they want to.
Right.
But they know they got a damn agreement that nobody's gonna bring in Kaepernick.
Yeah.
They know they colluding with that shit.
That's real.
But at the end of the day, man, like, shit, somebody got a damn shit. You fucking billionaires, man. Ain't no way I'm a billionaire and somebody else is telling me what I'm gonna do with my damn team.
Right.
You know what I mean? Have some fucking balls, man, and do what you know you need to do to make your team better.
Exactly.
These fools over here, crazy, man.
Yeah. And like you said, they're not realizing the audience that they can get by bringing in Cap. Do you know how many women wearing Kaepernick jerseys and I ain't even gonna say got into football, but just supporting Kaepernick alone because of what he's doing? Do you know how many women, with the audience that you could connect with by bringing Kaepernick onto your team? But no, they don't want to look at that. They call themselves businessmen, but like you said, they're not making the best business decision.
Yeah, and it's because like what you're saying though, like we talking about women. I'm not saying women don't watch football, but you know what I mean. I know you talking about that audience that doesn't really get into football like that,
right?
But what he's doing is transcending football. And that's the thing when we're talking about the old white mindset of these football owners, just like what they talk about with who is it, Rosen right now?
Right.
Oh, he needs to focus on football. Or the people that say, oh, LeBron needs to just dribble the ball and play ball. Right. They want you to do what they want you to do. You need to do what they want you to do. And if you do anything outside of that, it's just to be entertainment. Nothing else. Don't have no mind. You just entertain me. Yeah, you're a damn robot, man. You're a toy. Like they control you with a controller. When we play 2K, man, that's them. That's what they supposed to be. You don't do nothing unless I told you to do that. Shit, I ain't put square. Why the fuck you shoot? You know what I mean? That's what they want, man. Yeah. You know what I mean? So again, we talking about at the end of the day, man. These athletes, they just like me and you, man. Right. I mean. It's a bigger, faster, stronger, whatever have it. Right. They regular people like me and you that have feelings, have families, go through real shit, grew up, the situation we grew up in. Right. But then they get to this point, and because they making money or because you paying me, you feel like, oh, my rights should be taken and I should damn succumb to your will, pretty much. Right. So I remember we had this conversation before too when we were talking about I think the anthem protest, if it will make a difference, that kind of thing. And I remember we were saying something about we got to get those high profile players in there. Yeah. When we talking about in the NBA, yeah, LeBron James, Carmelo, Chris Paul, D Wade, right, nigga, you ain't gonna sign them. You gonna come down on them now, right? Because you talking about the highest profile players you have in that league. Exactly. But when we talk about the NFL, man, we not getting that kind of support. Right. Like you need the instead you got I can't remember what Cam said, but he said something that kind of like it really didn't go along with what he should have, what we needed him to do. Right. Yeah,
Yeah. All right. Well, this next topic,
I know that get deep, man. We can get deep with that one. I know
it does. We trust me, we will be touching on that particular topic in later episodes. But right now we got to go to overtime, man. And you brought it up, but it was already on my list, so that's why I know you my nigga. But okay, so we going into overtime, right? We got to talk about the Dirty Birds, man. Is Matt Ryan not signing the contract hurting the Falcons? And we know the reason that he's not doing this because your boy, who hadn't really done nothing, Kirk Cousins, got all that guaranteed money, and now he waiting to see what Aaron Rodgers gonna get. But is he, Matt Ryan, who hasn't won no Super Bowl, who has been here since 2007, who is trying to make the same money as a Drew Brees or an Aaron Rodgers, is he hurting the team right now by not signing the contract?
Yeah, I mean, most definitely, man. I mean, when you talking about them contracts, man, like it's like a budget, man. You tying up money in my budget, which basically stops me. Because don't get me wrong, like Matt Ryan is a piece that Arthur Blank, feels like he needs if we're going to take that next level. He's somebody that's going to be critical right now. But when you got that attitude of you're not going to sign, like you're going to hold out, like we don't know what you're holding out for. So it's kind of keeping us from going after Odell Beckham for his or Dominican Sue when he's out there on the market, because shit, we don't know how much we really even have in the bank to pay these folks, because you out here, trying to inflate the price of what you feel like you deserve.
Right.
And my thing is, man, especially in the game like football, like your legacy is going to come from them championships, man. Especially as a quarterback, you got to realize that Tom Brady, for no other reason, is going to be considered one of the best because of his Super Bowls. I mean, regular season don't mean nothing. Like we not being successful enough with under Matt Ryan for him to be like that. So you would think that he would take the deal, because don't get me wrong, he's still going to be the man in Atlanta. He's still gonna get them Ford truck commercials, whatever endorsements. You making your money,
right?
You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, like you gotta let other folks eat too.
And see, that's the thing that separates, let's say, a Matt Ryan from a Tom Brady. Brady, I don't think he commit. I don't think he signed. I don't think he holds the biggest contract on the team. I think he take real team friendly deals, which allows him to keep bringing in those people. Like
he does. I mean, if you think about the best teams, that's what they do.
Right. And we could cross over to basketball. We know our boy LeBron, he's gonna do whatever it takes, because like you said, he got this other money coming in. Them players that we trying to get, like an Ndamukong Suh, or let's just say somebody who can block for Matt Ryan, who can protect his life, we can go get them players, but he ain't doing it. And I've said this before. I think we should have already drafted another quarterback maybe 2 years ago, at least 2 years ago. So if we were in this situation, it wouldn't be that big of a deal, and we would have we as in management would have an upper hand on Matt Ryan. Like, okay, well, guess what? We got somebody who ready to take the helm from you right now. You don't want to sign this contract? That's perfectly fine. Like, bye. It ain't like you won no Super Bowl anyway. You've been here 2 years. You've been around pretty much the best team in the NFL, but you ain't doing it. You got the best wide receiver. Well, I mean, what's the issue? What more do you need? You had the best tight end in a almost in history with Tony Gonzalez. What more do you need?
Yeah. Now you're absolutely right. I mean, I can't even add nothing to that, man. Like, but the thing is, we got a great team around us right now too.
Right.
Like, so the thing, if he go ahead and, I mean, again, I ain't trying to be in nobody's pocket or whatever, but at the same time, you ain't got to try to demand 28 plus a year million. Yeah, you ain't got to try to demand that, because at the end of the day, we got Freeman. We got to keep him around.
Right.
We got Julio. Let's keep him around. Again, like you said, we got to get them dogs in the front. You know what I mean? Ones that we got to keep them motivated too.
Right.
Because shit, our worst offensive lineman, if you talk, Jacksonville gonna pay me a couple more million. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go down there. And then now we're bringing in a rookie or some scrubs that's just trying to stay in the league. You know what I mean?
This team.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
that's the kind of stuff we got to get away from.
My thing is with Matt Ryan too, bro. You already been the highest paid player in the league once. Like, how greedy are you?
I feel like he came in as a rookie, one of the highest paid quarterbacks in the league.
Exactly. So I mean, oh, come on, man. You know the needs of the team. You know you need some more linemen, some true dog, like you said, dog linemen that gonna make sure you protected. You ain't got to be scrambling and hurrying and doing all this other stuff. Why not? Like, I'm sorry, man. I don't care if you the highest paid player in the league and you think that's gonna make the situation okay because you buy me a Rolex at Christmas. Fuck that. No, let me get my own championship ring, something that many people don't have. A lot of people got Rolexes, but I want something that many people have. Like, come on, man. Come on, man.
Yeah, I definitely think the move by him right now is it is kind of selfish. Again, I don't want to be that guy that's like saying, oh, well, you don't need to be out there trying to get yours and, you know what I'm saying, milk them for everything that they milk you. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I ain't trying to get into the finances of it, but in the big picture, when you think about what you've already made, when you think about what you got around you, like, bro, like this is one of our, like this little window that we're in. This is our window to be competitive for some time. Right. Like we got to take every little move that we make. Right. It tips us as us being one of the favorites in the league to win it. Right. Every little move, man. Like, you know, shit, about 6-7 years ago, you know, it didn't matter what we did, man. Like, we weren't going to be in, you know what I'm saying? Like, we not to talk about it. But now we right there, man. Like, any little thing can make or break our team.
Yeah.
And right now, man, like, the little things is what matters. And right now, this is that little thing that I think is kind of putting us, you know, in a worse position than we were, you know, ending the season last year.
I agree. Well, all right, people, man, that's going to conclude the first episode of Everyday Talk with your boy BCole and ARice. So y'all make sure y'all tune in and check out this episode. Stay tuned for future episodes. And we going to holler at y'all, man. Hey, Rice, it's on you next time to come up with the topics, my boy.
Oh, yeah, I definitely got you, man. We're doing 4 quarters and overtime, man, all day, man.
Yes, sir.
You know, let's get it.
Yes, sir. All right, folks, we'll holler at y'all.
Signing out.
The podcast you just heard was recorded with Anchor. If you want to make your own, download the Android or iOS app completely free from anchor.fm/podcast. That's anchor.fm/podcast.